I go to the man there in the blue. Yes, this is interesting. Go on. And then I come back up there. Yes.
Yes, surely the biggest problem facing everyone on the panel is how to reassure the public that all the backbiting and the scandal that was revealed in Mandelson's diaries and Tony Blair's memoirs won't happen again.
That's
we must
move
beyond that era. I'm the only one on the panel, I think we can say, I was equally loyal to Tony Blair and Gordon Brown.
David Miliband.
I said in the first week of this campaign that the Blair-Brown era was over, and that's why I focused my campaign on how we change not just policy, but change politics as well. One of the best things about this process is we are actually having an election. And at the end of this process, every single member of the Labour Party is going to unite behind whoever is elected. Because we know that political parties that are divided don't deserve to win. But there's something else for the man from London Citizens that I want to pick up. Because it's not just about how we pay for a living wage. I've said we should pay for a living wage out of the bonus pots that exist in private sector and public sector. But there's something else here about politicians who become out of touch. One of the things I said in the first week of this campaign as well is I would train 1,000 community organisers around the country to pioneer a different kind of Labour politics. And so all over Britain now, there are people organising to help the homeless in Manchester spread to 7 cities via Facebook. There are people taking on private house builders
David, I don't want to fulfil their responsibilities. I know you've been on the road. I know you've been on the road a long time. You've said this often. No, wait a minute. The question actually was about, and was a very important question. The record shows that when you were in government, the country was treated to an astonishing display of backbiting. And this is all, and people do not like that.
I'd agree with that.
I would say
and you started answering, and then you went off to give your policy.
99% of the people in the government were working their guts out for the success of the Labour Party.
All right.
The failure to have an election was a significant part of the problem. But I also believe that the ability to unite different strands of the party is absolutely key to success. The successes we had in the 1990s were because we drew from all the different parts of the party. And that's why I've run my campaign as I would run the leadership, uniting those different strands.
I just want to say to the gentleman, you're absolutely right. And now, I actually think the Peter Mandelson book obscured many of the achievements of New Labour, but you're absolutely right that the divisions were a massive problem for us. And I'm very clear about this. If I become the leader of this party, absolute unity. As far as I'm concerned, the past is another country. You use all the talents from across the party. And, I've got everyone from Frank Dobson to Frank Field supporting my campaign, which is a pretty broad spectrum. But I'm determined, if I become the leader, to use everyone on this panel and, indeed, all the talent we have in our party. And that's the right thing to do. And forget about all the Blairites, all the Brownites, all of that stuff.
Will you have Ed Balls as your shadow chancellor?
I'm certainly not getting into any of that. Let's concentrate on trying to win the leadership election first.
Look, talking about uniting people, I made a speech saying let's have an alternative on the economy. Just wasn't just Dennis Skinner and Alistair Darling. Ken Livingstone and Boris Johnson both said these cuts are dangerous. And if you want to have somebody who can really unite left and right,
we can all claim left
that's
and right.
the way to do it.
I'm going to take another...